Hello and welcome to the Betting Odds Show, the show that will deliver the best betting content for the trending markets and the free best bets for the biggest games in football. I'm joined by our very own punting prodigy, Anton. Anton, how are you doing?
Yeah, not so bad. Thanks, Charlie. Not so bad.
First question I've got to ask you. Burnley, back-to-back Premier League victories, a threadbare squad. They've got the same points as Spurs now. They've been given a 56 chance to make the top 10 for the bookies. Could they get into Europe again?
No, I think that's definitely a step too far. Hats off to Dyche on what he's doing there. There's some incredible stats about the amount of substitutions, how he's using far less after the coronavirus than he was before. But he's not been able to name a full bench for the last couple of games there. And the amount of money that came in for Crystal Palace off the back of team news last night. And typical dirty doggy Dyche has got a nice 1-0 with a Ben Mee goal there. But yeah, I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. I heard yesterday it'll cost them £3 million to sack him, which I can't really see them doing. But there's definitely unrest at the club. And I'm hoping as a Blackburn fan, obviously, that it's coming to an end. But in terms of being on level points with Tottenham, you've got to take your hat off to him. He's always done a fantastic job there. They're organised, they're drilled, and they work hard for him.
You look delighted. They're 66-1 to get into Europe. Look at their running. They've got Sheffield United, West Ham, Wolves, Norwich, and Brighton. If they can get points of Sheffield United and Wolves. Anyway, to some more breaking news before you start crying about Burnley. Apparently Man United have said they will not pay over 50 million for Jadon Sancho. And I think Dortmund were looking for nearly double that for 100 million. His odds have drifted from 1 to 3 to 5 to 4. Chelsea's second favourites, they're splashing the cash. They're 7 to 4 with BetVictor. Jurgen Klopp recently said he'd look good in Reds. They're 4 to 1. Where do you think Jadon Sancho will be playing football next season?
I think it's a rather strange one from United to come out and say something like that, especially with a certain ballmark figure on it. And I wouldn't be taking it seriously, to be honest, from United. But I'd just love to see him in the Premier League, personally. I think he's had a fantastic season. The sky's the limit for the lad. And if I were any of them three clubs, I'd be looking at paying the money it's required to bring him here. We know he's English, which means he's going to have an inflated fee, but he's young, he's got time on his side, and he's proved his quality. So, but I'd be fancying Chelsea at those prices.
I still think now United have drifted out, it might be worth going in there. I think it could be a bit of a bluff, like you said. At 5 to 4 could be worth it. So, yeah, it'd be great to see him in the Premier League.
Definitely.
Right, a new week means we can use the Betfair's free bet streak once again. Bet £20 worth of any football markets throughout the week. Doesn't have to be £20, it can be £2, £10 or £4, £5. And once that's settled, you get a £5 free bet streak. A free bet streak means if you win with that bet, you'll get another free bet until you lose. How does that sound for an offer, Anton?
Yeah, it's not bad, that, Charlie, at all. I think the real benefit there is that you don't have to put the £20 on all at once. You can spread it on the exchange throughout the week. So you're getting about an extra 20% for your money if you only stake £20 through the week. They're not bad.
Yeah, no, it is a good offer. For example, what I'm fancying for Wednesday's game, I'm going to be back in Bournemouth with £20. That will return about £50. And then I'll get a £5 free bet streak for the West Ham Chelsea game, which I'll be using on whatever you're suggesting for your tips coming up. Like I said, it's a weekly offer for new and existing customers. Make sure you opt in to get it each week. It's on the exchange, so you can use it to back or lay. And if you are backing, it's minimum odds of 1.5. So that is the Betfair Exchange free bet streak offer. Let's move on to Wednesday's game, West Ham versus Chelsea. Anton, what do you fancy?
Big game for both sides, this, Charlie. Chelsea with a chance to put a 5-point gap between themselves and Wolves and potentially Man United if they were to win tonight. West Ham fighting for their lives down there at the bottom. And it's actually the first time that West Ham can do the double over Chelsea since 2003. That would be. They won 1-0 at the Bridge thanks to an Aaron Cresswell goal earlier in the season. But I'm fancying Chelsea to win this one. And my bet for the game is Chelsea to win and under 4.5 goals. Chelsea are priced at 4-7 for the outright win. And I'm taking evens here off BetVictor for the Chelsea win and under 4.5 goals. And I've been impressed with Chelsea. In all competitions now, they've won the last 5, and that includes wins over Liverpool before the break, Man City and Leicester most recently. 3 brilliant wins there. And in the last 15 wins, they've all seen under 4.5 goals. So which means I'm happy to get on side with the even money that's available in opposed to the 4-7 that there is for the outright win. We spoke about intensity since the restart numerous times, and I think there's still only been one game that's had over 4.5 goals. West Ham, they are in deep shit at the moment. And they've lost both games since the restart to 0. They've lost both of them 2-0. And I can't see anything from them at the moment. In both of those games, they only had 2 shots on target in each of those, and they've got Michail Antonio leading the line. Haller's out injured, we know still. But Chelsea have got the squad to be able to rotate like they did the FA Cup. I think they'll bring a few of the big dogs back. And for me, the bet here with BetVictor was previously 10-11, now even money. Chelsea to win and under 4.5 goals.
Yeah, I like it. That's a great bet to cover yourself for the evening. Chelsea, I think, since that Liverpool game in the FA Cup, have been outstanding. I think Lampard, there's a really good vibe at the moment. They're bringing in Timo Werner next year. I'm definitely going to be having a look at them for the Premier League next year, maybe like an each way shout. But Chelsea are flying, and yet a good bit of value there. Yeah,
so my second selection I've got for the game, Charlie, is Marcos Alonso to have 1 or more shots on target. And this is priced at 9-4 with BetVictor, which I think is a decent price. And Alonso's scored 4 in just 11 starts in the Premier League this season. He's averaging 1.6 shots per game, which is actually higher than Olivier Giroud, who's been playing up top. Giroud's averaging 1.4 shots per game. Alonso's averaging 1.6. Now, as you can imagine, there's a massive difference in price there with them on the shots on target market. But of those 1.6 shots per game, 0.5 on average are on target. So you've got it roughly 50% of games it's landing there, this, Alonso to have a shot on target. With the odds of 9-4, that's only a 31% implied chance. So I'm happy to get behind this one. He's a potential free kick taker as well. Like I said, I just can't see West Ham bothering them that much. I think the crowd would have been helping a game like this, and the prices are now starting to reflect the loss of home advantage. But Sky actually have this at 4-6, implying a 60% chance. BetVictor 9-4 for Alonso, 1 shot on target. So I'll be having a bit of that for the game.
Yeah, sounds good. I don't know if they're still playing Zabaleta. It might be Fredericks at right back, but with what I've seen, Alonso is not shy of getting forward. So, especially if that's the odds for Sky Bet, that's a decent bit of value there.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. My final one, I know we always like a long shot. Something big for the game. I'm going for 2 players to be carded in this one. And it's Michail Antonio and N'Golo Kante. And as I mentioned before, Antonio's been leading the line for West Ham with Haller being injured. And he's just, at times, he's so isolated up there on his own. And I see him he's getting frustrated a lot of the time. And I feel this is going to be the case against Chelsea. They're not going to see much of the ball. Antonio's not going to have much to do, I don't think, through the game. And he will get frustrated. And I'm backing him to be booked here. He's actually the biggest price of any West Ham player to be booked in this game. As a single, you can get it 7-1 on Bet365. It's 13-2 with Betfair and Paddy Power. But for me, that looks a nice bit of value. And another key, really good stat here behind this one. Antonio's averaging more fouls than any other player in the West Ham squad this season. And yet he's the biggest price to be carded. When you've got a stat like that, and he's playing up front on his own against the top 6 side, I'm willing to get on it. So that's Michail Antonio to be carded, and I'm doubling that up with N'Golo Kante, who's been booked 4 times already this season. I think it could get quite heat in the middle with Noble, with Rice. It's a big game for West Ham, and players like Noble are willing to put the body on the line in the big clashes like this. Kante also most fouls per game of any other Chelsea player, averaging 2.2 per game. And having a look at the prices on this one, Coral have got the double at 18-1 for Antonio and Kante to be carded. Paddy Power, 50 to 1 it is. BetVictor currently 57 to 1 as well, if you want to snaffle out a bit more there. But Antonio and Kante are my ones here. And I'd just like to add, if Jorginho does come back in for Kante, I'll be swapping him for him. But as usual, we can find out on Twitter if there are any changes off the back of team news.
Yeah, that sounds good, especially that double. What's that? What's a fiver on 50 to 1? 255?
155 quid back Charlie after that.
Nice. I like that Antonio angle as well. He's like a ball in the china shop. And one thing about Chelsea's defenders, they're not like John Terry. They're not afraid to go down with a tiny bit of contact. People like Christensen, Rudiger, Zuma. So I could definitely see some bodies being thrown out. Anton, that sounds good. Always delivering again. Let's hope for the winning streak on betting odds to continue. So thanks for that. That's us for today. Thanks, Anton. Premier League games coming thick and fast. Remember to enjoy your punting and bet responsibly.